it'll be easier to remember them than it would be if all at once I said, you have to learn all the principal parts of all the verbs we've had so far. That's why we make you learn them even before we use them, so that it'll be easier. Okay, now let's talk about the future perfect tense. Okay, future perfect tense, same idea. It's going to come from the perfect stem, and your clue that you have future perfect, use the poison. No, we're not going to use that until we do passive. These are all still active. So it'll be will have or shall have. If you see these in your verb, then you know which future perfect. First step, drop the I from the third principal part. And add arrow, eris, erit, erimus, eritus, and erent. Now, do these endings look familiar? What do they look like?
They're the same ones as the present active with an ER.
Okay, they're very close to the pluperfect, but they're the future of some with one exception.
Except for last.
Yeah, that's right.
Did I get another brownie point?
Yeah, you did.
Whoa, hey!
Well, that's 2 in one day.
That can happen.
Congratulations.
How many do you have now?
Okay.
What's game on?
So let's pick a verb. What's a verb we haven't used yet?
Timeo.
Yeah, no, we haven't.
Timeo.
What are the principal parts of timeo? Timere. Tamui. Yep, that's from last year. Okay, well, here they are. Can we go? We will. We will. We're gonna add them all to your vocabulary.
This doesn't have a fourth.
Hi.
I think I remember from
You know, someone else asked me, and I don't know it off the top of my head. I'll have to look it up.
Okay.
Is he junior?
Yeah, sounds good.
Pamela probably. Pamela can.
Okay. Okay. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh,
Why
that's
doesn't
okay.
it have a fourth?
Huh?
Why doesn't it have like a fourth?
Because, well, mostly because it just doesn't, but also because in Latin, this verb means to be afraid of or to fear. And in English, we can think of fear as being in the passive. I can say, I am feared. But in Latin, that wouldn't have made any sense. This verb just couldn't exist in the passive. It would be like trying to say, I am afraid of. That's how it would sound. And so it didn't have a passive form, and this fourth principal part is only used for the passive. So that's why. All right, so let's make the future perfect of timeo. What's the first person form? Timu ero, and that would, what would that mean?
I will have been.
I will
fear.
Have fear. Now, what the future perfect means is that it takes place in the future, but it's a completed action in the future. So how does that make sense? Can anyone think?
You know it's going to happen, and you're just saying it before it actually does.
Yeah, that's a good way of thinking about it. Okay. Is it going to be in relationship to anything else that happens a lot of times? Think about it this way.
It's already happened once, and you know it's going to say
Well, not quite. If you were sitting at home in front of the TV, and I called you, and I would say, "Have you done your homework?" That would mean, "Are you sitting there with your homework done?" And you'd say, "No, but by tomorrow, I will have done it." Okay, so you're saying it will be completed by some time in the future. Okay, so I will have feared. And then the second person? Timu eris, and that would mean
You will have fear.
you will have fear.
Timu eris.
Are we learning like the way to kill time?
What's
You
that?
will have fear.
They keep time.
Oh, yeah, we can talk about that. Not right now, but we will, because it is different.
Timu eris. We will.
Timu eritus, plural, will have feared, and Timu errant. They will have feared. Not a very popular tense among tenses. Not used very much, either in English or in Latin. Just doesn't come up that often. But you still need to know it. So that is the future perfect tense. Are there any questions? Oh, I know. I have a question.
Yeah.
I said there was one verb that was a little bit different. And this should be on a separate page in your paradigms because we need to review this verb because you may have not seen it since last year. And when it's come up in sentences, a lot of times you don't recognize it. So let's take a look at this verb. So this is going to be on a completely separate page. And we're going to have a page for the verb eo, ire, iwi, or ii. Has two third principal parts, and itus. And what does this verb mean?